Jury tasked with determining whether or not James Gargasoulis is mentally fit to stand trial announced they couldn't reach a unanimous verdict.
The jury could come to a verdict, but it appears the Channel 9 and the media have, as evidenced by the description at the bottom there, Bourke Street tragedy. Now, this started off as an attack, and then it got downgraded to a rampage, and now it's just a tragedy, which doesn't quite describe someone intentionally murdering 6 people and injuring 20-something others. The tragedy is more like a natural disaster, like it's a tragedy when there's a tsunami, an earthquake, or when a mentally ill person does something could be termed as a tragedy, which is what this was all planned to be all along, because they don't want to tarnish their courts with it going to trial and having a conviction. First of all the witnesses have got to lie. Speaking of witnesses, look who's here.
Some of the victims' family members have been in court every day for this special hearing and say this delay is a devastating blow.
It is disappointing, but that's all I want to say.
Here he is, the flying baby man. Don't know where his wife is. She might be tending to more important things like that GoFundMe page that they set up like the day after their little baby died. But the kid died. Anyway, he's got nothing else to say because he's a liar and he doesn't want anyone to ask him any questions that might expose him as a liar.
The medical experts all agreed Gargasoulis has a diagnosis of paranoid schizophrenia. During the fitness trial, the jury heard the accused has delusional beliefs that he is the Messiah, but also told doctors he wanted to be found not guilty by mental impairment so he could be housed in a psychiatric hospital rather than in 23-hour lockdown in a prison, and also have the possibility of being released back into the community one day.
There he is, the very well-fed and looked after supposed prisoner. This story does a very good job at prepping us for a couple of things. One is that it's now a tragedy, and it's not that serious anymore, and that he's going to be let off for mental illness, because that's what a tragedy is, when something happens because of mental illness, not because of an attack that killed all those people, which is interesting because that's what all the surveillance laws and all the new shoot to kill laws, the machine guns on the streets, the no bail, indefinite detention, all those laws are brought in the bollards on this event being predicated as being terrorist or they've been calling them all terror laws, even though they've said this is not a terror operation. They're just getting all these laws put in under terror, all this mileage, and they don't even have to label it as a terror, and they're prepping us for him to obviously not be convicted, no witnesses, nothing like that. They even said that last video that witnesses are not required at this point in time. Well, they're never going to be required, and they're even prepping us for one day he might walk free, because after all, he was only mentally ill. By the way, none of those laws are going to be repealed. Little Jade Vincent, she's done her bit for the New World Order psychopaths. Well, lots coming down the pipeline. It'll be here soon. All right, that's it.